Hello and welcome students. Now today we are going to start the new chapter from the section number 2. That chapter is the AC circuits. It is from the section number 2. The chapter number is 30. So what is the AC circuit? If you are connecting alternating current source or alternating voltage source to any circuit, then that circuit is called the AC circuit, means alternating current circuit. Now there are two types of the source. One is the AC source and second is the DC source. What is the AC source and what is the DC? So there are two types of the current and we can divide into two types of the EMF or voltages: AC voltage or AC current and AC voltage, DC current and DC voltage. What is the AC current? AC current is one whose magnitude and direction periodically change, while DC is one whose magnitude and direction does not change or it is remains constant. If you draw the diagram for AC circuit, then how we can draw the diagram? If you draw the diagram for the AC, then the magnitude and direction of both are changing with respect to time. For the first half of the cycle, the magnitude of the EMF or the current is positive, while that of the second half cycle, the magnitude is same but the direction is negative. That of the DC, there is no change in the direction and no change in the magnitude of the circuit. The AC circuit is used for the long distance transmission, while that of the DC source is used for short distance transmission. Now the next topic is the average and RMS values. In that, first we consider the peak value of EMF and peak value of current. Peak current and peak value of EMF. What is peak value? The maximum value of the alternating EMF or current is the peak value of the EMF. If you plot the graph of EMF versus time, then what is the nature of the alternating EMF? Then the alternating EMF, the nature is periodically change. Now the maximum value of the EMF, is the nothing but the peak value of the EMF. If you plot the graph of the current versus, if you plot the value of current with respect to time, then again we are getting the same graph. One, the maximum value of the current, that current is called peak value of the current, and the peak value of the current is denoted by I naught. Peak values and peak value of EMF and current is nothing but the maximum value of the EMF, and the maximum value of the current is called peak value of the current. Now the next topic is average or mean value of AC source, mean value of current and mean value of EMF. If you see, for a one half cycle, the average value of the EMF and current is 0. For one complete cycle, in one cycle, this is the one positive loop and one negative loop combined to form a one cycle. For a one cycle, positive and the negative having equal magnitude but the opposite direction, so they cancel out each other. For complete cycle, the average value of EMF and the average value of current is actually 0. But to avoid this, we consider the average values of current and EMF for half of the cycle. Then how we can write the value of average value of current and average value of EMF in terms of the peak value? How we can write the equation for it? The equation for average value of current in terms of the peak value is given by 0.637 of I naught, where I naught is the peak value of current and average value of current. Similarly, how we can write the value of average EMF of the average EMF? It is given by 0.637 of peak value of EMF. So this is the relation between average value of EMF and peak value of EMF. So this is the relation. Afterwards, the next topic is the root mean square RMS value of current and RMS value of EMF. What is the RMS value? RMS means root mean square. Root mean square value of EMF and root mean square value of current. Actually, if you see, then to measure the current and voltage, we use ammeter and voltmeter in general, but the ammeter and voltmeter can measure the average value of voltage and current, and they are only applicable for the DC current and DC voltage. The voltmeter and ammeter are unable to measure the values of alternating current and alternating EMF. To measure the value of alternating current and alternating EMF, we need one specific quantity that does not depends with respect to time, or whose direction does not change with respect to the variation in the value of the current. Because in alternating current, the value of the current is changing with respect to time, or the value or the direction of the current is changing with respect to time. So we need one quantity whose magnitude does not change with respect to time. That quantity finally they decided as a heat. Heat is the quantity whose magnitude does not change with the direction of the current. Then how? Then we have the formula for the heat as a H is equals to I square RT, where if the value of current is negative or positive, irrespective of the direction of the current, the square of the current becomes positive. So finally they decided to take the value of heat as a quantity, as a heat, to measure the value of alternating current and alternating EMF. Now, what is the relation between what is the RMS value of the current or RMS value of the EMF? Suppose H is the heat which is produced for passing a current of I for a time through the resistor R for the time t. Suppose H is the heat which is produced by passing a current of I through the resistor R for a time t. After some time, if the same heat is produced for passing a current, again the magnitude of the current is I through the resistor R for the same time t, then the constant value of current which is passing, which produces the same value of heat, this constant or the steady value of the current is called IRMS value of current, or the second name is virtual value of current, or it is called effective value of alternating current. Understood what is the root mean square value of current? If the H is the heat which is produced for passing a current of I through the resistor R for the time t, if the same heat is produced for the passing the current I through the resistor R for the time t, then this steady value of current which produces the same heat is called IRMS, that is root mean square value of current, or virtual value of current, or effective value of current. Now what is the relation between peak value of current and root mean square value of current? Then we have the formula which gives the value of peak value of current and RMS value of current. That the formula is IRMS, that is root mean square value of current, is equals to peak value of current divided by 2. If you put the value of square root of 2 and if you divide take the reciprocal of that value, then we are getting the final value as a 0.707 of I naught. So this is the relation between I RMS and peak value of current, that is I naught. Root mean square value of current is equals to 0.707 of I naught. Now similarly, how we can write the same equation for ERMS, EMF, that is a root mean square value of EMF. Then we can write the formula ERMS is equals to E naught upon root 2 is equals to 0.707 of E naught. So this is the relation between IRMS, ERMS and peak value of current and EMF. Now the next topic is phasor diagram. Then what is the phasors? In circuit, if we simplify the AC circuits, then we represent the values of current and the EMF in rotating vectors. To simplify the values of alternating current and EMFs, we have to express them into the rotating vectors. Rotating vectors with the angle between them, the value of the angle between the rotating vectors is equals to phase difference between the current and EMF. These rotating vectors are called phasors. To simplify the values of alternating current and EMF, to simplify these values, we have to express these current and EMFs into the rotating vectors. The angle between the rotating vectors is equals to the phase difference between EMF and current. These rotating vectors are called phasors. The rotating vector represent the quantity which is changing with respect to time is called phasor, and the diagram which shows the variation between EMF and current with respect to time is called phasor diagram. Okay, now the next topic is different types of the AC circuit. Now how we can connect the resistor, pure resistor, with the AC voltage or the AC source. Now we are going to consider the AC circuit, that is alternating current source circuit with a pure resistor. We consider one external resistor, that is R, which is connected to AC source. So how we represent the AC source? Then this is the method how we can represent the AC source. Now what is the value of the applied EMF in this case? The alternating value of the EMF in this case is denoted in terms of the sign, that is E naught sine omega t. What is the value of the alternating EMF? It is nothing but E naught sine omega t. Now here we have to derive the value of alternating current, because the EMF is already given. Then what is the value of the alternating current? Then as per the given, we have E is equals to E naught sine omega t. What about how we can write the formula for induced EMF by using the Ohm's law? Then V is equals to IR. If you write the same equation for this alternating circuit, then we can write E is equals to IR. Then what about the value of alternating current? Becomes E upon I. Put the value of induced EMF here. Then what will happen? I is equals to E naught sine omega t upon R. The value of I becomes maximum when sine omega t becomes I max, that is I naught, that is the peak value of current when sine omega t becomes 1. When sine omega t becomes 1, the value of current becomes maximum, that is a peak value of current. Then how we can write the same equation? I becomes I naught is equals to E naught upon R, because sine omega t becomes 1. If you put the value of E naught upon R as a I naught, then how we can write the same equation here? We can write I is equals to I naught sine omega t. This is the value of alternating current in terms of the peak value of current or the maximum value of the current. So this is the pure circuit with the pure resistor is connected to the AC circuit, where we got the value of alternating current as a I naught sine omega t. Now what will happen if you plot the value of E naught I naught versus time? Then how we can draw the phasor diagram for it? Then the phasor diagram can be drawn as a, if you plot the graph of E naught I naught, E naught or I naught with respect to time, that is a phase omega t. Then how is the diagram we can draw? Then we can draw, so this is the graph for EMF, and how we can draw the graph for the alternating current? So this is the graph for the alternating current. Here this is nothing but I naught, the peak value of the current we can represent in this similar manner. How we can plot the value of peak value of EMF, that is E naught. From the diagram we can conclude that the EMF induced, the alternating EMF and alternating current are sinusoidal with the pure sine wave with respect to time. They are in phase with each other. Now the next topic is, this is the first topic where we have connected a pure resistor circuit to the AC. Now if you connect the AC to the pure inductor or inductor coil, then how we can draw the value of alternating current? In the second part, what will happen if you are connecting the AC circuit to the inductor? So pure inductor coil, you already know what is the inductor coil. We can connect the inductor coil to the AC. Then what will happen? If you are connecting the alternating AC circuit to the inductor, then what is the value of current here? I naught sine omega t. Now in this case, there are two types of the EMF. One is the applied EMF and second one is the back EMF. The back EMF is present in the circuit. The applied EMF is the E, while the back EMF, that is the induced EMF which is present in the inductor coil. The total EMF is given by E plus E back is equals to 0. From the previous chapter we already know the value of back EMF or the induced EMF. If you put the value of that induced EMF, then L di by dt. So L di by dt is the value of induced EMF or the back EMF. From this equation we can write E is equal to L di by dt. But we have the value of the applied current here. If you put the value of current in this equation, then how we can write E is equals to L. What is the value of I? It is I naught sine omega t. Then what is the constant term in this equation? Then the omega is constant. Then we can take the omega outside. Omega as well as I naught. L I naught omega. These are the constant terms. Derivative of sine omega t. Then what is the derivative of sine omega t? It is cos omega t. This is the value of induced EMF in this case. value of EMF, the value of E becomes E max, that is peak value of EMF, when cos omega t becomes 1. Then how we can write the equation for maximum value of EMF is equals to L I naught omega. If we put the value of this in our equation, then our equation becomes E is equals to E naught cos omega t. So this is the equation for the applied alternating EMF in this circuit.